After a quick and dirty fight that saw Tulak hurt quite badly, Rajani has yielded under the blows of Gilda and Kraka. Carmen explained his frustration with Benjimez and how the mayor played hardball in his attempts to purchase a sword he considers rightfully his in the first place. Despite his bruises, and that none of these things are justification for burning books, Tulak is the one who urged Carmen to reconsider his role in everything, implored him to help in a cause greater than his own. And over a strong draft of old law whiskey, Rajani agreed, after a fashion.
All right. Welcome back, listeners, you freaks. Yeah, that's right. I said it. And today we are going to...
Scott, starting off hot as
Rude.
always.
Yeah.
You know, I was eating the other day.
You're
Get
eating
out
right
of
now.
town.
Tell me
And it made me think,
Was it food?
not only, James, was it food, it was snack food.
Oh, buddy.
And it made me think of my good friends here at Uncharted North. And I was like, I wonder what they like to snack on.
Oh my god.
Well, when
So-
I'm breathing air, I like to snack on.
Pepperidge Farm, remember?
Freeman, you're a very minimalist type
Careful,
of guy.
Don't you
Tread
dare
lightly.
call me fat. Don't you dare call me fat.
I was 100%. That's the direction. he was going.
Minimalist. No.
Yeah.
So what
yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say is, I assume that the food that you have in your house is very selective as well. So
Whatever the plain version of saltine crackers is.
Or- And by minimalist, you mean nearly non-existent?
yeah,
Yes. I basically always have bread or eggs, or sorry, bread and eggs, I should say, in my house.
And, whoa,
but
dumb it.
but otherwise,
the old peanut butter and egg sandwich.
the old.
but
those
otherwise,
foods are definitely interchangeable.
I'm really bad about cooking at home. I do love diving into the old slow cooker once in a while, and I held it off for a long time recently, and then the last time I did, James knows this, I actually managed to burn what I put in the slow cooker.
I'm getting you a smart outlet for your birthday next year.
No, I just made a really rookie mistake. But snack food wise though, I'm a sucker for two very particular things. I love me some good gummy candies.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, I'm a particular fan of Haribo or Haribo, like the German brand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they make the best shit. It's firm and it's just so good. It's just so tasty.
Good mouthfeel.
I yeah. I seriously love gummy candy. But I generally don't like sweets. Like they're the exception to the rule. Like I could go the rest of my life without chocolate or ice cream, and I'd be totally fine. I don't care gummy candies are sort of my weakness. And on top of that, and also kind of in addition to, I kind of like to eat them at the same time, a really spicy pepperoni stick.
Oh,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
And I used to be a big potato chip eater, and I used to eat a lot more. I can't really do it in the volume I used to, but when I do, I will absolutely destroy my tongue on some really potent salt and vinegar chips.
Oh, buddy.
Like to the point where I can't taste anything for 2 or 3 days. It's like dangerous. Like I have to hold off and go, not today, Freeman, don't do it.
Love that.
Those are my shticks. Yeah.
All right, James, what kind of crazy shit do you like?
Actually, it's not that crazy. I'm kind of a basic bitch when it comes to snack food. Except for gummy candies, I'll eat just about anything.
So you're the
yeah,
opposite of me.
I guess so. Yeah, like my go-to is like Doritos or like these Double Dutch all dress chips.
Mm.
Oh yeah. No, the double Dutch.
The Double
are great.
Dutch
Yeah.
are just
The
choice.
salt and vinegar ones, man. Telling you.
Do you want to tell our
Yeah.
listeners what all dressed
Oh
chips
yeah,
are?
yeah. So
All dress.
all dressed are like a mixture of salt and vinegar and ketchup with a little bit of red pepper thrown in there, like capsicum flakes. They're just this
literally
weird
salivating.
amalgam of flavors that is just incredible.
It's a
so
Canadian
good.
thing for our non-Canadian
Yeah,
listeners. They
yeah.
are fucking delicious.
And Ruffles makes arguably the best salt and vinegar chips.
No, Double Dutch.
Double
for
Dutch,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Double Dutch. They also do. It's a salt. It's like a salt and vinegar, but it's not quite like actual salt and vinegar. They're
Okay.
that Double Dutch line is just fucking
Alright,
good.
alright.
But lately, because I don't like feeling fat, because if I open a bag of chips, it's gone, like all 227 grams. I'm not a ration kind of person.
Yeah.
So lately I've been doing these wasabi peas that we buy in a kilo bag, and they're so hot I can't eat
Oh.
more than a handful of them. Those are my new kink, wasabi peas.
Yum. Spicy. Dunk?
I love charcuterie.
Dunkums.
Oh my god, do I
Charcuterie.
ever love just sitting around with like meats and cheeses piled high.
Oh. Yeah.
Oof.
I mean,
Right.
is that a snack food?
Oh,
It's an
dude, I could
expensive
sit down and
snack
eat like a
food.
whole wheel of Boursin and
Yeah.
like a bag of Briar's
Yeah.
crackers. Like, yeah, that counts.
I
as
mean,
a
that's my
snack.
snack. But
Anything
if I'm,
that has zero nutritional value is a snack, I think.
yeah, if I feel dehydrated, despite how much liquid is actually in the meal, I know it's a good snack. Yeah, so either that or sour Skittles on the candy side of thing. Oh my god, I love sour
Oh,
Skittles
dude.
so much.
So I didn't say it, but I thought it. Like sour Skittles is the other one that I will destroy my tongue on. Like I will obliterate myself. I honestly haven't had them in probably 2 years because it's too dangerous for me.
Yeah, I have a hard time going into some shops now because they now make Starburst that are small and unwrapped, and
Oh, yeah.
it's just so unfortunate for my body.
Well, I also have an inclination towards the super hot pepperoni sticks. So like
Mm,
doubling up on the sour Skittles super hot pepperoni sticks. It's like you just come out of there wishing you could like crunch ice cubes for the next 12 hours. It's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like to hurt from snack.
A little pain for pleasure type of guy, hey?
Yeah. How about you, Scott? What are you into?
I'm sorry.
That's my version of portion control.
Is all of our depression talking right now? Because
Yeah.
I like to hurt from my snacks. Holy shit.
I am a big chip guy, and I'm also
Yeah.
a massive, massive popcorn guy. And
Oh, popcorn.
Ooh.
whether it's
I respect
making
the
my
hell out of
own
that.
or just smart food out of the bag, white
So
cheddar.
I do love me some white
Oh, the
cheddar, smart food.
jalapeno smart-
It's really
oh.
hard to hate that, but generally, other than that, I think popcorn's a bit overrated, to be honest. But I
The
love me some
jalapeno
smart food.
cheddar's real good. Try the
Yeah.
jalapeno.
Very good.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
chive
yeah.
and Gouda, though, is literal crack. And if you haven't had the chive and Gouda, that shit is fucked.
It's all like 100% MSG and salts. Like it's. So
That's
good.
what I'm about, baby.
Get it in me.
Oh no, I hear you, dude. I'm here for it.
And yeah, all dressed chips are my jam. So doubling down on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
There was one thing I have to say, and this is not strictly biased. I think it's a genuine thing, and maybe Duncan can back me up, possibly James as well. But one of the best Canadian chip brands of all time comes from New Brunswick. It's one of the few claims we could probably offer for across the country. It's called Covered Bridge chips.
Yeah,
And
I was going to bring them up. I drive
their
by
salt
them
and
every
vinegar is
single day.
really good, but their barbecue chips are the best I've ever had.
you even had an
it's-
accent when you
okay.
said that. You were going home so hard.
They make me retreat to the womb, the East Coast womb. They are incredible.
Now you're making it weird.
No, Covered Bridge chips are they're like easily some of the best I've ever had, and I can actually get them right across the street from my place for some crazy reason.
Oh, that snack place is so
Snackland?
dangerous. They have the party sized Doritos that's like the size of a pillow.
I live in too good of an area for too cheap, next to some amazing spot. Like I get all the Haribo candy I want and Covered Bridge chips.
Well,
and it's
wherever
like,
that
it's
place is,
dangerous.
I want to check it out.
Well,
They also have Code Red.
Do they really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not as good as I remember, but they have Code and they have another one. It's like Purple Mountain Freeze or something.
Yeah.
Just-
Speaking of
sugar.
eating shit, we're about to go back into the dungeon.
Yeah, speaking of snacks, let's follow Carmen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those all sounded delicious. Let's take a bite out of this app.
Oh boy.
Come on.
Is that a strike 1, 2, or 3 for kicking Scott out of the podcast?
78.
I am a benevolent GM, aren't I?
Well, let's find out because we still haven't heard anything, any rumblings about a 6 in our future. So
True enough, I guess. All right. So I mean, so where we ended last, you're heading back to the Abomination Vaults with Carmen Rajani. What's the goal? Where do you guys go first?
right to the Star Wars-esque force field.
Okay.
Unless you guys want to take him sightseeing for whatever reason.
I mean, the only
No.
sightseeing I was thinking of was the Ghost of Otari potentially on the way.
Didn't we get rid of him? Didn't he disapparate?
Nope. He's waiting for
Okay,
you to
I mean-
finish the job. Essentially, because ghosts don't really, they can't leave unless they're sort of their shit is finished, and he's relying on you to finish it for him. So you head back down the various levels. Do you use the teleportation circle to like just freak Rajani out or what?
Yeah, we just like push him in head first.
Yeah.
I hope he gets motion sickness.
he is undoubtedly amazed by what you've discovered, and just in awe and to his own degree humbled by what's happening. You make your way all the way down to the 4th level. Me reminding you that what you need to do is place the icons upon the altar within the temple north of the force field.
Around the glowing meteorite.
Yeah, so the big stone that has like 7 sort of like indentations in it, as if a big 7-fingered hand had like grasped it. Is the description. And reminder too, like you're in this room and it's now littered with like decomposing hands. You fought a big swarm of crawling hands here. There's a couple of dead whites, and like every time you enter this room, there's this oppressive feeling of fear that hits you. It's a really jarring place to be.
Okay, so Tulok turns to Carmen Rajani as they're about to enter the room, and says, "Prepare yourself. The atmosphere in this room is frightening, and you will feel it within your soul." And he steps in.
Try not to stray too far away from me. And Gilda will step up to the southernmost corner of this altar, take off the Menhimes brooch, and place it down next to this hand that she punched out.
Fist
You
bump.
fist bumped it to death. Oh, nice.
Carmen like keeping a tight formation because he can't see down here, and so he's relying on the light that's coming off Kruka and or Gilda or Tulak.
Yeah, so Gilda will then escort him to the northern side, like not leaving his side, and then waiting for Tulak and Kruka to place the other 2 items.
Yeah, and Tulok hands the thieves' tools to Kruka and walks to the other side with the book in hand and places it upon the altar.
Yeah, Kraka heads to the west side and puts the thieves' tools there.
Does anything happen with the 3 items that have been placed there?
You place 3 and absolutely nothing happens. Yeah.
Okay. Gilda will then gently encourage Carmen to place the sword upon the altar. When the blue portal at the end of the hall goes down, we'll go through. The sword is yours. You've seen the way down. Hopefully you can make your way back up. And she offers him one of her last torches as well.
Yeah, he takes the torch, and he has a skeptical look to him, but like he's just so enamored too, like he's having a hard time with his own skepticism, as it were. Like, you know, he's like, this is unbelievable. Like, no matter how elaborate a story you tell me,
Yeah,
it
can
becomes
I
more
just...
believable being down here, you know?
When Lady Gilda's just like, okay, here's a torch, like, see you never. Could you just imagine just being some guy? You know?
Have you guys seen Lockout, the movie with Guy
No.
Pearce?
No.
They're like escaping this space prison colony, and he hands her a juice box and a shotgun. And he's like, "Here's an apple and a gun. Good luck."
That's amazing.
That's what I imagine this is. I'm actually 100% more concerned with when we go through this thing. If he pulls the sword off the altar, is that force field going to go back
I
up,
was
and are
thinking
we
that,
fucked?
Well,
No, he seems to get the situation a bit. He says, "Right, so they'll go through. You're gonna leave all these items behind. Right? They're powerful. You sure about that? I only want me sword.
I don't think we have a choice.
All right.
If we're on the other side, we won't be able to pick them up until we find a way back through the force field. Presumably, as soon as you pick up the blade, it'll come right back up.
can I roll like an occult check on that just to see if I would know if once a spell is broken, it's broken for good?
Sure. Yeah.
Is it a spell?
I mean, it's the force field, as it were, is the equivalent of an extremely powerful barrier spell. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, essentially.
22.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, this is very unique magic, very much like Gauntlet itself.
So, does he lay it down?
Carmen, yeah, he raises the sword. He eyes you all. He gets ready to lay it. And he sort of waits for your nod,
She nods.
and he carefully places it down on the altar. And there's this pause, this beat to the scene, and a thrum from the stone, pulse almost. A that seems to grow, and all of your eyes down the hallway on this distant force field watch it turn and move around. When you were close, you could see the flitting bits of souls that were trapped inside, and it becomes way more tumultuous, so much more activity, and with this rising thrum and noise down the hallway and across the whole chamber, it just builds and builds and builds until there's a disbursement from the end of the hallway that shoots down or up north through the hallway to the room you're in and hits you all. Everyone roll me a fortitude save.
26.
16.
Make that 2 16s.
That's 32. Nailed it, boys.
Holler.
If only you were arm in arm.
That's just good business.
And Karma gets a 24, and it doesn't even matter because this force like hits you and knocks you all 5 feet back and knocks you on your asses. You just fall down. There's no damage, but this wave of force pushes you over. You hit the floor, and after a brief moment of just respite and just like taking in what just happened, you look down the hallway and you see a force fieldless entryway. It is free and clear. And Otari himself rises next to the altar. He appears with this look of wonderment. He says, I am no longer bound to the sight of my death. My connection to this place, it's still there. And I am a little bit more free. I think I might be ready to move on. And he turns and just looks at you all, sitting on your asses, knocked over, with this just big beaming look on his face.
Wait. Otari, we know how much you've already given for this town, for this settlement, and I hate to ask you for more, but only the 3 of us are going inside. The descendant of Rajani here would be taking the cooperative blade and heading back up. I was hoping you'd be able to guide him, as you once guided his ancestor through these sepulchral caves, and just make sure he reaches fresh air safely before you move on.
As a last act, I think I can do this. It is strange. You are the descendant of Vol.
Carmen nods his head.
I am. Extraordinary. Yes. I will lead him out in safety as long as my will can persist me here. Thank you all.
Gilda gets to her feet.
Tulok climbs to his feet and says, "Thank you, Otari, for doing this. And please, let Rajani's ancestor know that he came here with bravery in his heart to help save the town of Otari. Let them know."
Gilda reaches out a hand to help Carmen to his feet. Be good now, and be safe.
And he steps up and around and to the south of the altar, ready to be on his way. Otari there floating next to the altar, sort of taking in this scenario, just so enamored, and ready to do his last duty, looking extremely proud.
Shield up, she marches down the hall.
Tulok follows in tow of the other 2.
You go to leave, leaving Carmen Rajani with Otari's ghost shortly following you, but intended to leave in a different direction. And something looms over all of you. There's a sense of something, even though you've left the room, that suppresses down upon you. It doesn't leave when you leave. There is something that edges over your mind, over your shoulders, like a weight. And when you turn around to see what is happening, you see Otari just beaming with pride. And you see this 7-fingered hand of immense size dripping down from the ceiling above, behind Otari. He doesn't see it. It's just falling slowly towards the stone and grips the stone in all of the pre-embedded grooves. It tightens around it. And then it lifts delicately and slowly, like it's cradling something with the most care in the world, the care of a mother. And that something is another ghost. It pulls up this blue shaded ghost in an elegant gown with the most intense hatred in its face and eyes. And it lifts as if it was meant to be on a throne. And you're all watching as if it's in slow motion. It is horrifying as this creature lunges forward and grabs Otari by the back of his neck, its hand spreading all around his throat and lifting him into the air as if he were a weightless being. Sorry, a weighted being. A person with weight. As if he weighed something. God damn it. And
Ironically, took the gravity out of that situation.
Oh boy.
Oops, Daisy.
Yeah, that whole situation was some heavy lifting.
And just grasping him by the neck, you see this entity.
Oh shit.
Oh, hello.
Put him down, Belcora.
This woman.
It's like a
She holds
ghostly
him up.
woman in a robe with runes coming from her arms.
She holds him up by the back of the neck, turns him around with her wrist, and stares at him and says, "Spider." Pulls him aside and looks down at all of you and says, "Cockroaches, worms, leeches, all of you. How dare you?" You can see her flicker as if she is not here, as if she shouldn't be here. Like something you've never seen before, but we've all seen before, like a flickering like hologram that we're all familiar with, but is totally misunderstood by the minds of all of you, all of your characters.
Like the wisp of a candle.
Right. And Otari's, as this happens, the look in his face just goes from pride to unbelievable shock to defeat to any number of emotions. And now he's faced away from you, struggling, reaching at his own neck despite his incorporeal nature. Just unbelievably vulnerable. And she just glares at all of you as she flickers in and out of existence. Everyone, roll me a will save.
Jesus Christ, is this Nimbleoff? Like, what is this?
It's Belcora, man. I'm telling you.
Looks like it.
22.
Or at least some kind of manifestation of her. Oh god, 13.
28.
Lady Gilda, you take 29 mental damage.
Yee.
and are stupefied 1 for 1 minute. Everyone else, including, Carmen takes the same amount, but I'm afraid Tulok and Kruka take double that.
How much was it?
Did she just blow Tulok's mind?
Take 53 damage each
Oh,
With
meat
this-
to beat.
with a full gaze of just like corruption.
Tulok's brain just explodes out the back of his head like Black Bolt in the Multiverse of Madness.
Tulok just rumples to the ground. Kruka's barely up. She says, You will regret this. Her voice like calming down. You are pawns. You are vermin. You are insects. You are nothing. Not even the so-called Rose Guard. She tightens her grip on Otari and then sinks into the floor with him with what you would hope or expect to be a scream, but nothing but a gurgle from him. And they disappear. The hand that loomed down, vanishing. And they are gone. And Carmen's like, what the fuck was that?
That's what we're fighting against there, Carmen. I'd bet my epaulets that that's Belcora herself, making her way back from the dead. Gilda steps forward and lays hands on Tulok as she like rubs her own temples, just having her mind just smacked down.
Yeah. Not to mention, like, also Kruka, everyone's stupefied, by the way. I said it was letting it up, but everyone is stupefied for a minute. Like, you're just blown away. What just happened? There's something that just fucked you up.
Kruka will get to his feet like, she was right. I do regret this. But she must be stopped. And he'll get out his healer's tools and start healing himself as well.
Tulok has gone down twice in the last fucking 10 hours,
Yeah. 12-ish, yeah.
12-ish.
Yeah, Tulok's got to be on concussion protocol at this point.
Fucking big time.
Wow.
So you lay on hands for what?
18. It should be in the chat.
And Kruka gets
Yep.
22 back.
Gilda's ears are just fucking ringing.
Oh, yeah. This was insane. This was it. Yeah. I don't know how else I hope I described it well enough. I don't know. I'm like
I think so.
Okay, so just to clarify, there was almost 2 specters, correct? One was the hand coming down and it lifted the stone. The second ghost came from below there and then went
No,
down.
it didn't lift the stone. It like molded itself around the stone and then seemed to lift the other ghost out.
Okay. And then
As
yeah,
if it was
the
cradled
hand
in
of
the throne.
Nimbaloth bringing Belcora up to this room.
got it.
I think.
Basically.
I mean, I don't have a hero point to gamble, but if I did, I would.
And you didn't get a hero point for saying it, so who knows what's going on.
That's true. Or my fucking roleplay last episode, but
Oh,
I'm not gonna shock-
Give me a
call out
chance.
the GM.
Give me a chance. Sometimes I wait to give them out. All right.
all right.
That is a convenient
So after the
excuse.
stupefied condition goes away, Gilda will treat wounds on Carmen as well.
Tulok
And that
is
is a 22.
Tulok is on the ground with blood running down from one of his nostrils. And he looks up. What was that? What happened? What did we see?
Well, I think Belcora may have finally gotten her final revenge on Otari. She pulled him further into these vaults, and as we followed him down this far, we're going to have to follow him further. Which means, as she's like bandaging Carmen's bleeding ears, unfortunately, Carmen, you're without a guide to get back up again.
And he's just like hard swallow. That's fine. I can find my way back, I suppose. And he's just like traumatized, totally traumatized with the situation. You guys have been building up a bit. It's at least in a small portion or a small way, it's almost expected for you. But he is like, fuck. Like, I don't know if I can handle this.
Yeah, like I was saying, he's just a guy.
Yeah, just some dude. Okay, so Gilda will then step over to Tulok and start treating wounds on him. That's a 17. So Tulok, you can have 10 back on top of that 18. And unless we want to take some real time, that's about as good as I can do.
Thank you, Gilda. I much appreciate it. And he climbs back to his feet, obviously unsteady. And he looks towards the altar and is just wondering, did Carmen, are all the icons still on the altar?
Yep.
And
he left it behind for a second just to be like, make sure it was all good. But now he's like pretty eager to like step back towards grabbing it again.
Tulok walks over and picks up the book.
And nothing changes. Force field remains down.
I think it may be safe to take the items. Carmen?
No, he hurriedly walks over and grabs his sword. Doesn't run, but he's like, grab it. And has like a moment of like, reprieve.
Honestly, with the same kind of frenetic energy, Gilda pins the brooch back on. Like, this is
Yeah.
now something she thinks might actually help protect her.
Right.
If it had that much power to drop these walls, like who knows what else it can do, right? So she pins the brooch back onto her collar.
No shit.
Kraka
And
will grab
Kraka's
the
like-
tools. Just,
I was just saying, Kraka
but he
just
has no
pulls- he's like,
use
I
for
had the
them,
thieves'
so.
tools the whole time. Was I not supposed to?
just kind of nonchalantly puts them in
Spins.
his pockets, like, well.
Yeah.
Spins them like drumsticks.
Yeah, right. As long as everyone has the appropriate items, yeah, you pick them all up, and the force field does not change.
Okay. How bad? Who's got it the worst?
I'm
Damage
down
wise,
25.
Okay. Cast light on my shield, and I'll give you the compass.
Oh,
for 25 minutes.
Wait, hold on.
I'm
I
down
can
36.
I can use the healer's gloves.
No, don't waste them.
Okay.
it's a once.
I mean, if we can burn an hour here or whatever, if we can burn an hour, it would heal us both with the compass.
You guys make the call. I'm good either way. If you want to spend an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still down 36, and after the heal check. So
Do we
yeah.
still feel the
Like-
weight?
Oh yeah, in the room, absolutely. But you're outside of the room. Like it lifts once all this whole shit happens, and is gone. But if you step back into the room, then yeah. So you pick all the items up and probably head down to the hallway below instead to escape the oppressive
Okay.
feeling.
I say we take the hour.
Yeah,
Okay. How much are you down to, Locke?
25.
Okay. How much are you down?
36.
You with the face.
Yeah. Okay. So after the hour, Gilda will lay on hands herself twice.
Carmen just slumps himself.
Oh, actually,
against
just
the
once is
wall.
fine. So she will spend like however I've got 5 land hands left in the hour for Carmen if he needs it.
Yeah, I mean,
so that-
he just accepts whatever. He slumps himself against the
Okay.
wall and just like
Well,
it's just like trying to take it all in. He's just like
Right. How far down is he?
numb. Oh, he's not bad. He's fine. He's
Okay.
like
Okay. Sorry.
yeah, he's
We'll
down.
take
like,
the hour. They'll heal up. Gilda will take the compass back so she can see, and Carmen and Gilda will heal up, and
He's down like 16 hit points or something like that. Yeah.
Gilda will
11.
actually pull out that bottle of Lawbringer whiskey or whatever it was that never made it to my inventory because I'm a fool.
That's fine. The
and
moment
pour
you
everybody
decide
a
you're
cup.
going to drink it, I didn't add it to your inventory, so it's fine.
Okay.
It lasts as long as you
Yeah.
want it to now.
Okay, so she pours everybody a cup of the whiskey while we're just like all slumped on the walls, healing up, and then
And Carmen's just like, there's so many parts of your story I didn't believe. You brought me down here and it became impossible not to believe. But even then, it's impossible. You brought me down to a level that no one knew was here for 500 years.
Possibly
Then you
longer.
teleported me.
If Otari's story holds up, the Rose Guard didn't even make it this far.
Right, but then you teleported me down from one level to another. Introduced me to an undead Morlock ghoul who is entirely too friendly. And that's, of course, me assuming you've done that as a GM.
We did.
Passed me through a whole bunch of library shit. Showed me a bunch of dead corpses, undead corpses. Brought me down again. And then actually showed me the ghost of Otari. And then
And
fucking
fair
this.
to assume, the ghost of Belcora as well.
Really fishing for that hero
Yes.
point now.
Why?
No, I just think that's what Gilda believes. She
I know, I'm just kidding.
legitimately
I'm just
believes
kidding.
that's okay. I mean, yes, I want the fucking hero point. Having no hero points is a scary place to be. But
I'm flabbergasted. I'm beside myself. I'm fucking terrified, to be honest. And he looks
yeah,
at his
we're not
sword.
thrilled about it either.
He's just holding his sword out in front of him. He says, I suddenly question what this sword might mean. What it might represent. No, I don't. I don't question what it's meant to me. But I question whether or not that's meant more. Despite no one knowing it. Fuck. This
You've
is
seen firsthand the power that it has here, Carmen. It unbarred our way. It's going to allow us to try to finish this.
And you've shown that you can wield that sword. Perhaps you could join us.
I really don't want to. I'm fucking scared of this.
Can't say I blame you.
And I don't have what you have. I don't have a place to return. I don't have a home. Not anymore. And I don't want forgiveness. Let me make that clear. I don't want it. I stand by my actions, whether you like it or not. But this has got to go beyond what's in front of us. It's got to go further. And I don't know if I'm the man to actually make a difference.
You could always try. I honestly doubt you'd survive. I doubt any of us will survive. But it's not about that. It's about giving it our all and giving that bitch what's coming to her.
Oh, she's a bitch, isn't she? And Carmen stands up, sword in hand. He just shakes his head. You're right. I might not survive. And you might not either, I suppose. And you
Probably won't.
You have no reason to trust me. But I guess I could go on for a bit more, if you'd have me.
As long as when the going gets tough, you stand on your own 2 feet and you keep that back straight, I don't think we'll have a problem, will we, boys?
Tulok shakes his head and says, if you're sure about this, of course we'll have you. Now let's press forward and see what's down these stairs.
He takes a big ol' inhale. And it's chilling. He just nods his head. Right. Let's do this.
Gilda raises her shield, aura of courage wafting in the wind.
Makes
her way down the stairs.
Oh God, I loved that. And you all march towards the now force field free staircase. A new companion in tow. And I am going to not only let you level up,
Hell yeah!
Oh,
but
level up twice?
everyone gets 3 hero points.
Whoa!
Holy shit.
Whoa!
I bet I was kind of half joking earlier. I was like, give me a chance, but I've been sitting on this whole role play scenario. I didn't want to give you any hero points for diplomacy checks, but I wanted you all to have a big bonus for that, because that, like, between last episode and this one, that was awesome. Yeah, you guys are maxed out. You have the cap. Also, let that inform you of what's to come. So, but let's talk
Yeah.
about level up.
You son of a bitch.
Let's talk
Horrifying.
about level up. We might actually finish this episode with level up talk, which is pretty unorthodox, but I don't care. I want to do it because this is really, really a momentous occasion. I really want to point out this in particular as we do this. We have already ended chapter 4 in book 1, and we are already in book 2. I didn't
Oh,
announce
that's
it
amazing.
earlier for
Whoa.
flow reasons. We could talk about it after, but we are absolutely into book 2 of Abomination Vaults.
Oh,
we have
shit.
been for a bit. Yeah, it's a different transition, but we are there, and you are about to enter level fucking 5 of a mega dungeon, and it's gonna get
Ugh.
fucking gnarly, dudes.
Oh boy.
Now I really want to know what you have that it prepares you for that. So let's go with who I know is ready, Lady Yoda.
Lady Gilda's been waiting for this. Like
Oh.
level 6 is my level.
James is waiting this is level 1.
Yeah, pretty much. So my archetype feat as I'm a bastion, I am taking nimble shield hand, which means my hand with a shield counts as a free hand for the purpose of interact. I can also hold another object in this hand, which theoretically means I could hold the whip in one hand and punch in the other, or the hatchet, or cast magics, or healer's tools, or etc. etc. So as long as it's only for the purpose of the interact action, it counts as a free hand, which is just awesome.
I think the whip might be exempt from that because that's not a.
I think
that's
it is too. Yeah.
That's a weapon which would do a strike action, not an interact. So,
Yeah, I've got to do a little bit of more research on it.
but a potion, totally. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, or healer's tools, or that healer's glove,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yup.
would be awesome.
Tulok wakes up one morning. Where's my hero's club?
For my skill feat, I was actually pretty torn. I was originally going to take steady balance, which is an acrobat's thing, and I figured with her armor, her low center of gravity, as she's a relatively average sized woman, it would make a lot of sense, and it works well for balancing purposes, but we haven't really messed with that. So I decided to take a skill feat called Assured Identification, specifically for religion. So when I use religion checks to identify magic, if I roll a critical failure, it counts as just a failure. And if I would misidentify a cursed item because I rolled a success and not a critical success, I simply just can't identify it. So all of the good, none of the bad when it comes to identifying magic.
Right. Okay. Cool. That's. I mean, that's a for the curse item thing. Those are quite rare, but when they do come up, like
Yeah.
misidentifying it is really bad. So you
Yeah,
just simply
and
don't.
it's- Yeah, and you have to roll a critical success on a cursed item to find out that it's cursed.
Right.
Otherwise, you just identify it and miss the curse. So I just
Right.
don't identify it. So
Right.
based on the amount of magic items we found, it seems like a good feat to have on our pocket just in case. So
Yeah.
I went with that instead.
Yeah.
And then my champion feat, even
To-
though I tend to
Sorry,
use them quite
sorry.
a
I
bit.
just want to back up a bit. Just be clear too, because especially since we're called knowledge checks and identifying is like secret checks, like that's something you have to, as a player, always remember you have. You have to be like,
Yeah.
is it a cursed item, or just in case, or rather, like I have this against cursed items before I, as the GM, emphasize, right? So like, if that becomes a trope of you saying that from now on, it's for the best, you know?
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
it'll be right up there with she punch and raising
Yeah,
the shield.
yeah, it's gonna be part of your lexicon.
Yeah. And a lot of things have changed. Level 8 is going to be another big level for me. But for level 6, my class feat, I've decided to take another feat that gives me a reaction, or is a reactionary feat. And it's a little thing we like to call attack of opportunity.
Yeah, baby.
no.
So if she's up close mixing it up and they move away, nope, boop. So not only when they attack my allies now, I can just punch whenever the fuck I want.
Oh my god, it's like you're playing 5e now.
Yep.
What the hell?
She tank.
Oh.
Yeah, now I'm starting to feel like my champion. Like
Yeah.
she's always been a wall with the Bastion archetype and the way I've played her.
Hmm.
But now with nimble shield hand and attack of opportunity, she starts to actually become a tank.
Fuck, that's good. What a classic. What a classic. Like the only class that starts with it is fighter, and you have to invest in it otherwise. So you've
Yeah.
gone for it. You've gone for it.
Yeah, I figured
So
it was good.
Yeah.
And spoilers for level 6, it's because at level 6 I gain another reaction that I can
Mhm.
only use for shield blocking. Or level 8, sorry.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So I can raise
Yeah.
my shield, still punch, and still shield block.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to
Playing the long game.
really like
I know.
I've been doing it even though I don't have to, but I'm gonna do even more now, or make it put it at the forefront of my brain of like, okay, would this creature, stride or step? And it's
Yep.
very important as a GM to make that behind the scenes really fair.
Yeah, that
like
parlance
Carmen
becomes very
in the last
important.
episode, he stepped because he wasn't taking the risk any more than you would. And that was I did that on purpose, I recall.
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's a manipulate action or a moved action or a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So like even
Damn.
if you were to throw that hammer standing next to
Right.
me,
You would have got it. Oh, that's so good. I'm terrified. Let's go with Duncan. Are you ready, Dunk? Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Need some more time?
Yep.
Oh, he's ready. Okay. Okay.
Well, the one thing I'm not sure of is Ol Kruka is not as well read as he thought he was, or is not as well ingrained in society as he thought he was. So having the linguist archetype, all the linguist feats require being an expert in society, and he does not get a skill increase until there's one that doesn't, which he has already, spot translate. The
Yeah.
rest all
I think
require
the
expert.
archetype negates those though, doesn't it?
I don't think it does. I don't imagine why it would.
Well, a lot of those like prereqs are negated based on the archetype, but you guys keep going.
I didn't see anything to let me know that.
I mean the actual So the
Oh, yeah.
prerequisite
No,
for
yeah,
linguists
I'm
is
wrong. I'm
just
completely
having 3
wrong.
languages. So you would assume the
Yeah.
prerequisite to getting the archetype at all would be the same. But yeah, okay, yeah. So James is not right, but he's got his brain's in the right direction. But Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess the question is, can you take like a placeholder feat until you have the prereq?
not really. No.
Feat
Yeah.
training is 7 days, like we went over.
Yeah, we went over that off mic. So it's like any of the feats that are listed with a skill trait, you can take in a skills slot for a feat. But if you don't meet the prerequisites, then you're kind of boned. You have to choose a non archetype skill feat. So what I'm trying to say
Okay, so
is
just a
is that
general skill feat.
if the archetype feat has the skill trait listed, you're not obligated to take that as your archetype feat. You can also take it as your skill feat. You can do one or the other, but you still have to meet the prerequisites.
Right.
Yeah, so if you had like spot training, you could also take multilingual cipher or whatever. Oh, that's an expert in society.
That's the thing.
How did
There's
you make
not.
it this far?
There's only one that doesn't require expert in society, and I didn't really notice that
Yeah,
until
that's
now.
crazy.
And you've already taken it.
Yeah, he would have had to. Yeah, there's one
Okay.
that requires expert in deception, but I'm guessing that's not the case either.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely no.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's expert
tell
in
you-
deception and society.
So does this technically leave you with an empty archetype slot?
Yep.
Okay. I think the GM rule here has to be that it has to remain empty until you can increase that expert in your skill.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Put a pin in that
Um,
one.
Yeah. I was almost gonna say you get it, but you have to take expert in the next one, but you have to take it anyway. So I'm going to say you don't get it. I'm gonna go with the brutal ruling here.
Okay. That's fine. I
Yeah.
mean, it's better than never,
Again, that being said, you can the archetype feat will have to remain empty, but you can still replace that skill feat slot with something if you have an idea in mind.
So he could take a skill feat that gives him an increase. I think an increase to.
That's technically true, I think. Yeah. Have you looked at that, Dunk?
No, but that might be an ancestry feat.
Yeah, I didn't see it in skill feats.
Do you have a backup
Yeah,
plan here,
that might-
Dunk, or should we move on to Scott and give you a second?
I had my skill feat already. I just didn't have this thing.
Yeah.
But are you saying I could take 2 skill feats?
No,
Or
not
just-
strictly. You still have to take your archetype, your free archetype slot still has to be filled with an archetype feat. It could be,
Okay.
and that feat can be both archetype and skill. But it has to be, you kind of have to have the matching traits, as it were.
Okay. So, well, I guess if I can't take the archetype feat, I can't take the archetype feat. I've got everything else.
Right. So what's the skill feat you're going for then?
Skill feat is an uncommon one called Creighton's Cognitive Crossover.
Nice. I was looking at this one too.
Yeah, this is a bit of fun. So, being a bit of a dilettante, Krucka would have heard of this Creighton Shane, the Pathfinder Society's Master of Scrolls, who was strange and absent-minded, it was said, but he was good at, say, multitasking in terms of, or drawing conclusions and connections between different foundations of knowledge. So I'm going to choose religion and society. The way this works is that, do I recall knowledge? Using either religion or society, when the initial one fails, you will immediately check with the second one. So if I roll a religion and it fails, I'll check with society.
Yeah. That's it's just a redo on as a reaction, which can be costly because you actually have several reactions as Krucka. But it could be very valuable if you want to just do a redo on your knowledge check for the creature at hand.
But speaking of reactions, my class feat was going to be one of 2 reactions. One would have been attack of opportunity, not happening, because I do want to chase people down as I can. Instead, I will use cleave.
Oh, nice
man.
choice.
Seems pretty straightforward. If I kill something or knock it unconscious, if there's a creature adjacent to that creature, I get a free whack at it, presumably with my big killing axe.
Cool. And like, doesn't your axe also have like the sweep trait or something like that too?
Yes, it does.
Like you can, yeah. If your next attack is to the one adjacent, like you can get a +1 to that or something like that. So you can just wave that shit around if there's multiple enemies. That's super fun.
Yeah, we haven't encountered a lot of like packed rooms yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Sick. Oh, I'm into that. That's so fun.
The Horde Breaker Krucka.
You are a beast, man. Like I thought Gilda was hitting hard. It's mind blowing how hard
Yeah,
you
it's pretty
hit.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she didn't punch, she would hit real hard. Probably not as hard as Krucka, but real hard.
Yeah. It honestly makes me scared of what Samal could have been.
Samal at level 10 was just
my
an
God.
absolute killing machine.
Insane.
And he had the constitution to match.
R.I.P.
All right. Is that it?
That's it. Pretty simple level.
All right. Well, that leaves us. Ye old Scooter Badoobadoor Babadoor.
Scooter-marinky dinky dink.
Scuba Doo.
You just call me the Babadook?
I think that's Sharon Lois and Bram. I don't know if you remember that.
Scoppy Doo Boppity Babadook.
There you go.
Can you possibly have anything interesting for your character for once?
I think he's the only one who's gonna have interesting shit.
I don't know. It's okay. It's an all right level for me. It's nothing like insanely exciting, but
Mhm.
let's go through it, shall we? Okay.
Shall we?
So for my class feat, I took Advanced Bloodline, which gives me a second focus point as well as a new focus spell.
Oh,
It is called Aberrant Whispers. Essentially, it's just kind of a flavorful and cool way to make people very confused around me. So it's a radius spell. Very cool.
Nice.
Okay.
So does that max your focus point pool? Are you capped at 3 now?
No, that was just 2. And
Oh shit.
he's only been one so far. Yeah, he's hardly ever
Nice.
used his famous tentacular limbs.
the third focus spell is very cool. I'm working my way up to it. So that's that. And then let's see. Oh yeah, for my archetype, I got, and this as well actually isn't really necessarily my favorite, but it's just Ghost Strike. So once per day, I can infuse a weapon I'm carrying with magical energies that allow it to strike true against incorporeal undead. Incorporeal, God. Undead.
Add
Got
to
it on the
list.
third take.
Yeah.
Add to the list. Damn, that's too new in 2 episodes.
The issue with that is I don't ever use a weapon.
No, that's actually great. Does it say it has to be in your hands? Can you infuse a
does,
weapon
yeah.
and pass it on?
No, it says a weapon you
Oh.
are carrying.
Yeah, that's not wielding. Those are 2 different words.
It doesn't
Once per day,
necessarily.
you can infuse a weapon you were carrying with magical energies that allow you to strike true against incorporeal dead. The weapon gains the effects of the Ghost Touch property rune for 10 minutes.
So we give you the
Ah.
Retribution Axe, and then when you summon the Skeletal Champion, you give the Retribution Axe to the Skeletal Champion with Ghost Touch.
I mean, that's going to be a Freeman question because as you say it, it makes so much sense to me.
Carrying and wielding.
I'm crumpling my nose and brow right now.
It looks like he's going to blow a blood vessel.
I don't know the answer.
Okay, well,
He's going to feel like Gilda after she got
All
hit
right.
by that Nimbleoth thing.
we'll put a pin in
I'll
that.
look into it. Move on.
Okay. Thank you so much. Moving along.
Yeah.
This one I'm actually the most stoked about. So it's the skill feat and it's called Automatic Writing. And this is one where you have to be an expert in occultism. So nailed it.
Shots fired on something
Wow.
we're probably going to cut.
Brutal.
I didn't even mean that as in reference to Duncan.
You know what, Duncan? Just
I
leave.
did
Just leave the
not- I
podcast
didn't-
now. It's not worth it.
I swear to
Hey,
It's not
Duncan,
even worth
fuck
it.
you. I built my character.
I know, I swear to God. I was just going down the thing and reading each line. It was just bad timing.
This is why there are so many accidental gun deaths. Because that's how easily shots can get fired.
Come
That
on,
was
man. That's how I meant it.
brutal.
It was okay. I'm moving along because I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry, Duncan.
He's blushing, listeners. It's real
Oh,
cute.
And Duncan unmuted and then muted his mic again. Okay.
Oh no, I wasn't listening. I didn't hear any of it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Now he's playing coy.
So basically what this automatic writing does is I can spend 10 minutes while seated and holding a writing utensil, and using the utensil I make circular motions as I open my mind to the forces around me, and I receive information as my hand writes it down, guided by spirits. So after 10 minutes, I can recall knowledge in any lore in which I'm not trained using my occultism modifier instead of the modifier of that skill. But then I become stupefied for the next 10 minutes. Now, you might be thinking it's very similar to Join Pass.
That shit is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sit down with your sickle that's actually a pen and just spirograph for a minute to make us think better. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah,
The
it
thing,
just
the
like
thing that's not obvious in that is that it's a lore check, and the lore check has a reduced DC. So you have a bit of a slightly risky sacrifice being stupefied for 10 minutes,
Mhm.
given, depending on the circumstance, but like, that's awesome.
yeah.
And the more the depending on the lore skill, I will put this in your on your lap, like, this is up to you, but when you do this, you have to choose the lore skill you're doing, and depending on that, it could incredibly reduce the DC if it's specific enough.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like, you might not know, but you could also get lucky if you're like trying to get too specific, and you could get lucky and have a really, really severely reduced DC. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's very neat, and it kind of went along with like
Yeah.
the spell, just the theme that I'm going with Tulok. I was very stoked when I found this, and it's from the Dark Archive.
Cool. Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
really neat.
Mhm.
And you're never without a weapon when you have your word reaper.
That is true.
Yeah, the old sickle hasn't come up in a while, but should keep that in hand.
It certainly is in my inventory. Yeah. So, anyways, there's all that, and then I had got a fourth third level spell, which, you know what? I usually don't say what they are, but this one's pretty fucking cool, so I'm just gonna say it. It's called Rouse Skeletons, and essentially, I summon misshapen skeletal forms which erupt from a solid surface, such as a stone floor, and fill a burst area. And essentially they deal damage when they come out of the ground with a basic reflex save, and then on subsequent rounds, if I sustain it, I can move them up to 20 feet along the ground, and they deal more damage with a basic reflex save. So it's essentially just like these weird fucking skeletons like coming up out of the floor with their like little gnarled skelly hands, and they just move around.
So skeleton
Your character is just more and more the necromancer from Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Scott was all like, I don't know if mine's would be that interesting. It was
Yeah,
like,
you
what
make
the
a floor
fuck?
full of skeletons, and you can now spirograph us into better lore checks. Like, that's a huge.
Scott, is there a
level.
reason you're not excited about your own character?
I am
That's what I
excited.
want to know. Because it sounds amazing to me.
It's fun.
It's fine. It's fine. No, that's awesome. Is there anything else? You got anything else?
Nope. Other than that, just the usual shit. So that's that.
You got a long spell list now. God damn.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Definitely do. We discussed off air, but just for the listeners, we were talking about retraining, and because at each level you can swap a single spell. Because I definitely made some errors as a first time spellcaster as to how to
Yeah.
spend signature spells, where like at what level to take a spell, even if you are picking up
Yeah.
first or second level spells.
yeah. The long con is a bit complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I build my characters out so far. Like I always try and be 3 levels built ahead so I can fix and tweak that shit. Guild is built to level 9 now, so
Yeah. Yeah, so there's
So in
definitely
other words,
some learning
Scott,
curve.
You're lazy, and that's failed you.
no. This character building is my favorite part of the game. The playing is fine. The RP is fine. The combat is choice, but character building is where it's at. Like I love that shit.
It's a good, but yeah, definitely some learning here because first spellcaster. So
Yeah, we've had a few off air conversations about, what about this? How about that? Double check that. I mean, and it's totally fair because it is pretty much your first spellcaster, right? Like long term.
oh,
right?
ever.
Like ever. Yeah.
Just-
So
I haven't. I don't even think I've played a
Yeah.
single like one shot or anything as a spellcaster. I don't think I've ever done it.
no kidding. Yeah. So I've given them as much leeway as I can, but we're trying to keep it within not only within the rules, but within the realm of Galarian at the same time.
Mhm.
So there it is. All right, that's
And
our level
interesting
ups
for you listeners.
That's our level ups. You feel this new surge of power, I guess, as you rest and contemplate what the hell just happened.
Yeah, you want to just take it to 7? Just take it to 7.
Yeah, take it to the house.
You ready for 7, Scott?
Absolutely, I'm ready for 7.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
After this one, you are. Yeah.
I get armor expertise at level 7.
Yeah. 6 is a gimme level. That's what everybody says. Gap level.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to 7 because I've already given you this level. I mean, arguably too early, which makes the next bit fast and loose, my friends. So get
Fucking
ready.
Gave that one away for free, bud.
You say too early, but I vividly remember our combat with that Void Wisp.
Fair enough, but I also genuinely did not expect Carmen to join you. So here we go.
Spoilers, you're in charge of his actions.
Yeah.
I know,
I didn't
but
see it
I'm not
coming
in
either.
charge of yours. So
We RP'd so hard we picked up a minion.
Yeah, never
That's
bet
fair.
against
That's fair.
us
I'm-
being
So
lovable
maybe the next
scamps.
floor is a cinch. Maybe it's a piece of cake for you all.
What is the next floor?
maybe
What?
it's-
Oh, let me check my notes.
Is it the fucking prison?
It is the arena.
Oh fuck!
Bitch, I'm
There's gonna be
excited.
something big to fight there.
Yo, can we
God,
fucking
I'm
go down these
excited.
stairs now or what?
Is that what you do?
Kruckus still didn't search that sarcophagus again.
Oh, he's not letting it go. I thought you might have forgot.
Oh shit.
No,
No, he's got to search that Kafka guy.
Oh boy.
It's okay for him.
Minus one hero point. Roll me a perception check, you nitty gritty nosy bastard.
Can I aid?
Can I aid?
No, none of you. Solely Karka.
oh, 26.
26. Yeah, that'll do it.
Knew it.
Yeah. You get back in there, and you're like, this ain't enough. There's no way. And sure enough, you find yourself a little spot to click. And it opens.
Love the idea that we're just sitting here like head back trying to staunch a nosebleed and Kruckus just over there feeling up a sarcophagus.
And it opens in the back quite smoothly to a very rough-hewn cavern. With what little view you have seems to be strewn with bones and scraps of metal and cloth.
Can he see the entire cavern? Like, does it go off in either direction?
It seems to, you can't quite see, you have a very narrow view from the sarcophagus, and it stretches forward. It kind of looks like it might go left and right as well, so north and south, as it were.
Okay. Well, I'd like to call out to the others. Come, it's not sarcophagi. There's shit. It's not sarcophag me. It's sarcophagus.
Oh boy. You guys are bad.
Gilda, pinching the bridge of her nose in disdain, walks forward.
Oh, I wish I didn't eat shit trying to get that out, but and he'll step through into the cavern.
Give me a marching order here, and where do you want Carmen?
Ideally up front, but that doesn't seem very nice.
Behind Gilda and in front of Tulok, I guess.
Okay.
And they
Gilda
will.
takes the defend action.
Krucka would take the scout action going forward.
Okay. You march forward in formation, in a line. You step into said cavern again. Bones and metal scraps all over the place, and you hear a skittering. Both from your left and your right. Krucka, you see a creature swoop down from a tunnel that leads to the north, and then an alcove to the south that pops out. That's the same looking creature, and it looks a bit like this, which is distinctly familiar, at least to Tulok, because it was
In the
the big
cemetery.
badass creature in the cemetery. Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
Oh shit! Yeah, Gilda wasn't there.
And they just come rolling at you in all their bestial fury, just ready to kill, ready to feed. And that's what we're gonna call it.
Oh,
Gross.
Should have left it alone.
You leveled up.
So-
Stop booing.
going long. We're going long.
Let's go
All I
long.
want is
Wanna go long?
combat.
Rouse
You want to go long? I'll go
skeletons.
long. You guys want to go long? All right, we're going long. Amazing. Okay, you know what?
We're going
Roll
long.
for initiative.
Going long. So gird your loins, 'cause
We're
going
GCP. Oh,
Thanks,
fuck
Nick
it.
Lowe.
Let's
Thank
do
you,
it.
Nick
I
Lowe,
love it.
for the authorized
Seriously.
use of that song.
Thank you, Nick Lowe, forever.
Get some,
For all the
baby.
things you do. Okay, oh my god, I didn't know we were gonna do this. I didn't know I wasn't gonna call going long.
Sorry, do you want to try that again in English, though?
No, I don't want to. Lady Gilda, what do you got for initiative?
Gilda is as anxious as I am with a 26.
20. Wow. Whoa, what? That's like a really good one for you lately. Tulok?
Yeah, I have been playing this game called Rolling Like Shit, and this time I actually rolled over a 10.
Natty 1 for a 13.
Brutal.
Ooh.
Krucka?
Natty 3 for a 13.
That's sort of insulting, isn't it?
And that's what we're going to call it, listeners, so we can strategize and come back next week.
All right, Carmen is 23. Let's see how this starts. Okay, combat beginning. And it is one of the spidery crab-like creatures we all know as the Scalathrax. Let me put on some music here. Bam.
Yep.
Um,
Scalathrax.
That's the one. That's the one we all remember, right?
Scallop
This
tracks.
creature, it's the one to the south that kind of like rips out of this little alcove, and it moves into a line that hits you all and is going to launch it launches a 15-foot cone of toxic oil that's only going to hit Krucka, who's at the front. I need a reflex save, please.
No. Just kidding. 17.
That's going to be a fail. You take, unless you want to spend one of those sweet hero points.
Nah, not yet. We'll wait for
Yeah, you're good.
a more terrifying hit.
Oh, you bastard. That's 13 poison damage.
Okay.
And for 1 minute, you are weak to fire.
Okay, he's going to use Wounded Rage as a reaction and fly into a rage.
Oh, God, I hate you
Nice.
so much.
What an aggressive foreshadowing. We're weak to fire now.
You are weak to fire for 1 minute, and whenever you critically fail, you will drop your weapon because you're covered in toxic oil.
Okay.
Oh, that's much worse.
A
So
classic
there's
greased
that.
up candle. That's what you want to be.
Lady Gilda, you're up.
First action, she is going to keep that shield up. Second action, she punch. No new tricks, except that it's now a plus 15 to hit.
God.
That is a 21 to hit.
That's a meat to beat.
Good to know.
That is 11 points of bludgeoning and
11 points?
5 points of good.
Okay.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Punch. What else? else you got?
You know what? Punch. That is a 17 to hit.
Miss.
Use my hero point. That is a 19 to hit. So,
Miss.
Guess it's not my turn anymore.
Okay. Carmen Rajani. Oh God, what does he do? What did I get myself into? Gonna beeline it through the new founded allies, right to the one who just spewed everything, and
Carmen,
will
be careful.
go ahead and strike successfully with a 23. 16 points of damage. And we'll go for a second attack, striking successfully again with a 28 and 18 more damage. Fucking putting a dent into one of these Scalathraxes. And now the northern one, it's their turn. Its turn. It's going to lunge at Kraka with its jaws for a natural 20.
I will use my retributive strike.
Okay, it is a 33 total, 26 piercing damage as it jaws at you.
You take 8 less.
26, so
Okay,
18.
So 18, and I actually need a fortitude save from you.
That's a nat 20 for 32.
Nice.
Hot damn, you good to go. And then it is going to.
I miss on my punch with the 19, listeners.
Oh, thank you. Forgot you were right by it. And it's going to scuttle away from you and attack Carmen Rajani with another jaw attack, missing completely. Kraka, what do you got?
Okay, so Kraka will take a sudden charge behind the westernmost Scalathrax, did you say?
Scalathrax.
Scalathrax. Okay. So he'll
Not a
skirt
very
around
convenient
it.
name, but
I'm just going to pretend it's like a Skulltula from The Legend of Zelda. He's going to sudden charge, skirt around it to put it into flanking, and strike with the axe for a 34 to hit.
Jesus.
That's a crit.
Yeah, baby.
54 damage. 46 slashing and 8 fire.
What the fuck? Are you kidding
Level 6,
me?
baby!
Is it dead?
Oh
Is
my
it dead?
god!
This
Oh, it's so dead.
Oh, guess
Are
what?
you kidding?
Oh, I can't
6
use my
ways from
reaction.
Sunday.
I can't cleave it because I don't have a reaction. That's
Oh god. Yep, you fucked it up.
okay. So that was 2 actions.
I think that might be our first one shot. To be clear,
Holy fuck.
like on our end, that might be our first one shot.
It got hit.
I mean-
it got hit by Carmen.
No, it was hit
Oh,
already. It was hit already. Yeah. 54 is not its
that's
total
sad.
HP. Yeah.
Third
But
action,
seriously?
he's just going to recall knowledge on this thing.
Okay, yeah. You have no idea what this is, other than it's a weak ass piece of shit creature. One more action. What do you got?
Oh no, that was it. I did sudden charge and
oh,
then
you did
recall
you did
knowledge.
check. I'm an idiot. Okay, and bam, 2 luck. Finally, you get to go.
Would you say I can see this creature?
Yes.
Perfect.
It's a narrow line, but yes.
All right, so looking past Lady Gilda down this hallway, Tulok just raises his hands and just shoots off a barrage of magic missiles at this motherfucker. That is going to be a 5, a 4, and a 3 for 12 points of force damage.
Bam, bam, bam. It just gives the skittering kind of sound.
Just these
as
purple
it's
shots just
blasting,
shooting into the
yeah.
dark.
Lady Gilda.
Stride. Punch. That is a 30 to hit.
That it's
9 points of bludgeoning. 2 points of good.
okay.
And one last hit. That is a natural one for a 12.
No dice. Carmen, next up in the line, goes for a 6 swing on his long sword. Hits a beat to beat. Damage 16. Goes for a second swing. Misses. Third swing. Misses. Scalathrax is up. Goes for a jaw attack on Lady Gilda. 20. Goes
Sorry,
for
20
a
total?
Second, yeah, 20 total.
Okay.
Yeah, no natural. Yeah.
I was like, you were gonna say something.
It sounded
else
like
there.
there was more coming.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to go, nope. Second attack, 21. Yeah, no. There's no way.
On Gilda? No.
Yeah. What are you at now? For a standard.
24 with my shield down, 26 with the shield up.
And is going to get her away.
Step or stride?
Ah.
Now, that's a good
Sashay
question because
away.
it's got extremely little room right now. But I think it strides. I think it strides because it's panicked. So
That is a 19 to hit with
That's
my
a miss.
attack of opportunity.
miss.
All right.
Trucka, it's right next to you.
Yeah, that's a good spot for it to stride into.
Yep.
Well,
It's
Gilda
just
like
trying to get
Harry,
away.
is it?
he'll just see it coming, whack with an axe. It was an 18. That's a nope.
That's a nope.
Another nat 20. With a
Nice.
-5.
Gee, Purrs. Fucking get
Yep.
him.
Misses him on the downstroke, nails it on the upstroke.
Yeah. 56 damage, 48 slashing, 8 fire.
Oh my god.
Is it dead?
I'll stick to being the wall. You can be the tank.
Why did you ever play an alchemist? this is
I didn't know.
ridiculous.
I didn't know. Is it dead though?
Yeah, dead.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed. Holy fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are CR4 creatures, so they're
Yeah.
far under level, but holy fuck. Like, yeah, that's it. That's done. That is that.
So much for going long, I guess, listeners. Thank you for listening to another fantastic.
And don't forget, you're the real snack, listeners.
Get your pet spay and neutered.
Too little, too lock, Scott.
Oh.
And just brutal.
You
Oh,
Gilda be
killed
kidding
the
me.
lily on that one.
All right, and just to expedite a little bit of extra stuff, so that for our next recording, there's a tunnel to the north, there's a tunnel to to the west that leads south, and you very quickly realize that you just missed a whole bunch of secret fucking doors. The tunnel to the north leads to the room where you fought the Velstrak in the room with chains and caves or cages, and the tunnel to the south leads to the dining room. You first entered this floor. You just missed this encounter, and missed secret ways to reach places that might have killed you earlier, to be honest. So it's kind of the best.
Oh, and you know
Great.
what? That's kind of nice because now that teleportation circle is an easy access to this floor and going lower instead of really going
Yep.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. We have to turn it on, though, right?
You still haven't activated, yes. Yeah. But ultimately, I assume you head back into the hallway and to the next floor.
Show us the map. Show us the map.
You make your way down to a brand new level. As you pass through the eerie threshold that was once an ectoplasmic force field constructed of the souls of Belcora's defeated enemies, you make your way down a crumbling staircase that leads to a cracked and badly stained mosaic tile floor. And to the south, a walkway encircles around a gaping pit, leading to a spiral staircase that clings to the edge of the pit. A twisted iron banister follows the edge of a walkway and stairs. The acrid smell of chemicals and rot, with just a tinge of sulfur, wafts from the pit's darkness, and strange moans echo from the shaft. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.